Anyway, dude up there, got a police hat on, sitting on the statue of Winston Churchill. He's now smoking something. I don't think it's a joint, but I hope it's a joint, because obviously it'll be even funnier. But yeah, it's pretty funny stuff. Mind you, I don't envy him. He's going to be up there a while by the looks of it, and probably going to get worse when he comes down. But c'est la vie. It's all in a good cause. What do you reckon, gentlemen? What time are you going to be on it till this evening? Long shift ahead? No response? Is this just the height of bad manners, or have you been instructed not to speak to any people wielding cameras? May I please ask that question? I think it might be the latter. I don't know. But anyway, they don't want to talk to me. I won't harass them, because I don't believe in harassment. No reaction to that either. Yeah. So, there we go. They're going strong, you know. What? Got to say fair play to them anyway for being out here at all. What else is going on over here? Look at that. That is a sad sight, isn't it? Surely an area with the intention of promoting free speech and democracy, as this area has been for so many years, should not be cordoned off by fences, you know, under the chiming of the bell itself. That is some kind of dramatic irony right there, isn't it? Well, and the statue of Churchill as well, let's not forget that as well. Terrible, terrible scenes down there in front of Parliament. Enforcers of this should be ashamed of themselves, and I'm pretty sure that it was not the reason that they joined the force. But sadly, the dollar corrupts us all, doesn't it? And these guys have been well and truly done over by that. I mean, everyone's got to earn a living. Won't blame any in particular individuals. It's the old forgive them father for they know not what they do situation, really, isn't it? But look at that. They're probably all thinking it themselves. They'd probably all be elsewhere. All rather be elsewhere, I should say. A lot of these guys probably would rather be elsewhere. Well, a lot of these guys maybe wouldn't rather be elsewhere, actually. It's a bit of a different animal that you're dealing with here in this sort of situation. But anyway, that's what's going on in and around Parliament Square. It's meant to be going on for like several more days, so hopefully it might get a bit of a following, or some people might turn up in the daytime or something. For what it's worth, I don't know what it's going to achieve in the long run. It's not really designed to achieve anything, if you want my honest opinion. It's designed to look like something's going to happen, and the police and the protesters are all playing their own particular roles in proceedings. But anyway, it's a good sign that people at least want to be doing this kind of thing in this country. To some extent, it's a sign of possibility for the future. If we do have any kind of true democracy left in this country in a few years, we'll probably be seeing more of this kind of thing, and so we should. As long as it doesn't end up in violence or destruction of property, then I don't see why anybody should have any problem with that at all. I don't really understand why police time and taxpayer money is being wasted with the deployment of so many officers, you know, to protest to police peaceful democratic process. But that's what's going on. Oh, here's a bit of democracy in action now. They're making some sort of banner or sign. That's students for you. Alright, I might as well have a little walk around the square as well. See what other luminaries we've got here. David Lloyd George. I'm not sure who he was actually. I've heard the name. He must have been a Prime Minister or something like that. Ian Christian Smuts. I don't know who that is. A mildly amusing name though. What else we got over here? Viscount Palmerston. Oh, he sounds posh. The old Viscounts. Oh, they love a Viscount, don't they? Eh? Viscount Palmerston. What else? some other dudes. Anyway, I haven't heard of any of these people, unfortunately. My English history is appalling, to be honest with you. Yeah, it's nice. I've said before, you can see why people like London. It's a nice city. Got a lot of history, got a lot of things to do. Very multicultural city as well, which is one of its greatest charms. Oh, a bit of wahaying going on over there. I wonder what's happening over there. I'm sure nothing that I can't miss out on. Yeah, that's it really. Not a great deal going on in the old Parliament Square. A couple of police officers stalking me a little bit there. I think they might be expecting someone to breach this barrier. There's a sniffer dog there as well. Probably had a good chance of catching a few of the old protesters on the old cannabis charges, but that's not going to happen. Obviously, if anyone's got any sense, they would have left all that alone at home. I don't know, really. It's about the size of it. What do you reckon, officer? Good use of police time, this? I think they're under instructions not to talk to anyone with recording device, which is again another hint towards our moving away from democracy, when the police can't even answer the questions of a member of the public. Sad, sad day, really. Yeah, that's the thing about this. As I said before, I don't really join these kind of protests because I think they're a bit ineffective, really. And I think there is also an agenda on that side of the fence that doesn't really ever want to sort anything out as well. So that's why I'm not really involved in this. And lest we forget, it is very cold. It's the middle of October. I'm certainly not up for being out here all night, you know. And if you can't stick with it, you might as well get out of it, really, isn't it? I've got things to do as well. So if I can't really be there in solidarity, then I just shouldn't get involved, really. So I'm here observing. But maybe if we get a bit more action in the future with a bit more confidence behind it, I will be out here. But no, what I was going to say, the point that I was going to make was that actually whether or not this is effective or ineffective, quite a nice point has been made by the response. Now, what we've seen on the first night was, I don't know if I would go as far as to call it police brutality. I don't think I would say that, but they were certainly a bit harsh. They were a bit rough. They were unfriendly. What it really has been is like a systematic campaign of demoralisation. And the police had to do that while it was early days, because they had to get rid of the crowds while there weren't many crowds, so that it didn't build into a bigger crowd, as what you see in Hong Kong now. So that is obviously, you know, tactic number one had to be employed there, and that's a really tragic reality, isn't it? You know, to think that people are just, you know, protesting peacefully, exercising their democratic rights, and actually they're not allowed to do that, and it's actually like literally a systematic campaign of you know, bullying, basically, is what it was. I wonder if I can find out a little bit more about that. Excuse me, does any of you, like, do you mind if I just film you for a minute and put it on YouTube? Cheers.
Just about free country, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. You won't oppress me for it or anything like that. The police seem to have been instructed not to respond to anyone with a camera. Have you noticed that? They're stonewalling me now. If I ask them anything. I might do, actually. I like singing. Have you been here all weekend or for a few days? Right, so you haven't seen any of the main kind of bullying tactics?
I was down on Saturday night, all night long, and Sunday, so yeah.
And now have the police been, like, controlling people? What's their techniques? Have they...
Basically, it's clear that the strategy is to drain energy as much as possible. Yeah.
Are you the lady that was just meditating?
Yeah.
Right, yeah, that's interesting. You mentioned energy like that. Carry on.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. They're trying to drain energy, yeah? Suck it out of people.
But obviously,
right.
We had to stay awake all night long. So if you had some tarpaulin, it was a rainy night, we sat under umbrellas, but if you had some tarpaulin on you and you fell asleep, they said it changed into a sleeping structure.
Right.
And then they started to confiscate things like that. So that's been the general.
And they're waking people up, I've heard, you know, like...
Yeah, yes, and even somebody said they woke you up to see if you were all right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And just, it does change when the night falls, basically, which is why it's good to have a bit of a group of people together, and they start nicking things and saying, well, I've been instructed to take this off you.
Would you say that their tactics could be described as cruel and unusual? Has it gone that far?
Yeah, I mean, clearly, I think it's hilarious, the structure that's around there.
Yeah.
It's like an art installation, isn't it?
It is,
perfect, really, you know.
Well, it's illustrating the point. This is what I was just trying to say, actually. It was illustrating the point. Their response is illustrating the point of the protest better than anything possibly could.
And this is a lovely place to hang out, actually.
Yeah,
so,
it's not bad, is it?
Happy days, really. Nice policing, well done.
Yeah, you going to be out here all night, though?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, well done. Good, you know, more power to you. And can you just tell me quickly about the benefits of meditation, and would you recommend it to society as a whole?
Absolutely. I've tried to do quite a few different meditation courses and never really got it.
Yeah.
In January I did a transcendental meditation course with the Meditation Trust.
Yeah.
And I realised I must have been a bit stupid to have not got it, but they're so good at teaching, actually.
Does it just kick in one day?
It's just really clear, their instructions. It's not flaky like...
I just feel I haven't got the concentration span for it, and I can't do it, and if I'm starting to sit there doing it, it just goes.
No, but that's what... Go and do a TM course, because that's not what meditation's about. You don't have to concentrate. It's almost the opposite of concentrating.
Yeah.
So you're like me, I just had misunderstood meditation.
Yeah.
The TM people, they do a really good... and it's so simple, the technique, and for me meditation now feels like slipping into a bath. And so I'm like, oh, that's nice. It's not concentrated, it's the opposite.
What'd you get out of it?
I feel very refreshed now. Yeah.
Do you think school children should be taught it from an early age?
I think children already meditate. Actually, if you want a child really engrossed into a drawing project or whatever, in the science assistant my kids are in, there's a lot of watercolour and stuff. But I think from about age 10 onwards, after what they call the Rubicon with the children, where they're a bit on the earth, I think it's good to give them a bit of technique to use. But they're pretty there, kids. What we need to do with children is not get in the way, you know.
Yeah. Cool. All right, good. Thank you very much. Good luck. All the best. See you. All right. That was nice to get a little conversation about meditation in there as well, because as I've said before, I think it would really be beneficial if that were like standard practice in the world. As I said, I can't do it, but like if more people were just doing that, I think we'd have a totally different society, really. All right. That's it then. That's it. So, this was it. Mike Cunt from Westminster. A fine example of human spirit right in front of us here. A fine example of human spirit and a shit example of Western democracy. That is it. See you later.